What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another YouTube video on my channel. Today I'll be going through my round 15 footy tips. Here we go. When literally we're just about to get to the post home and away season. Round 15, 9 more games, 9 more rounds after this. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get stuck into it. The first game is between Fremantle and Essendon and Optus Stadium. Now, look, Freo, they did have a strong win against North Melbourne after North Melbourne were really trying to put them under the pump when they were tied up at 66 apiece. I was watching and I was absolutely raising my voice when watching that game. And look, Essendon, can they rebound after their horrific 95-point loss to Geelong? I don't know if they can. I don't know. Well, it's off the stadium, so this has got to make it tough. So, some of my subscribers told me to tip Essendon because they go for Essendon and they want me to tip them, but I think I'm going to go with the Dockers because, look, set up the stadium in Fremantle, they play off the stadium better. So, I'm going to go with the Dockers to get this done. Freo to get this done by, let's go with 34 points, and big call is the game will be well and truly over between the second half of the third quarter and throughout the rest of the game. The next game is between the Cats and the Lions at GMHBA Stadium. Now, obviously the last time these two met, the Lions were trailing by 25, but somehow they still got home by 10 points against Geelong, which I was watching at a party, a gathering, and like seriously, I was stunned and I was shocked. Damn, because I did not know how in the world did we lose that. Last year, obviously, Ollie Henry almost put us into the grand final, sorry, after he kicked his fourth goal. But no, the Lions have other ideas. Archie and Rayner kicked the remaining 2 goals last time the Cats and the Lions play at the MCG in Victoria. Is that the MCG, the preliminary final, not GMHBA? Now, this game's at GMHBA. Geelong on a 5-game winning streak. Brisbane, they've lost their last 2. They've recently lost to Adelaide and the Giants. I don't know how they lost that. Most of the tippers would have tipped the Lions because it's at the Gabba. But I don't know. Somehow, the Lions just can't surf the orange tsunami. I'm going to expect the Lions to lose 3 in a row because it's at the Cardinia Park and Geelong normally play really well there. So, let's go with the Cats to get this done. Geelong to get this done by 15 points. Big call is Stengel to kick at least 3 goals. On to Saturday's games, with the first game at the MCG on Saturday afternoon is between Carlton and North Melbourne. I would have gone, but I have another game I'm going to have for my Vilma Eagles. We're playing at Bourne Park against the reigning premiers, Bourne. So, damn. Please, if you guys want to watch the Bourne v East Ringwood Grand Final, I went to it and I've vlogged it. Please check out the description down the link below. I'll send a thumbnail. I'll put a thumbnail picture on my screen. But anyways, look, Carlton, they had a good win against West Coast. They're coming, baby. They're coming. They've got North Melbourne. Surely they can't lose to North Melbourne. If they do, I'll be real shocked. And to get into my mate, one of my mates is a huge Carlton fan. Look, North Melbourne, they're really struggling. They can only beat the teams that are really shit and on the bottom, not against the decent or good teams. So I expect the Blues to get this done, and this may put the Blues in the top 8. So let's go to Blues. Carlton to get this done by 42 points, and big call is Charlie Curnow kicks at least 4 goals. The next game is between Port Adelaide and Sydney Swans at the Adelaide Oval. Now these two teams have been really struggling throughout the year as is at the Adelaide Oval, and Port Adelaide has had a good win against Melbourne. They should be right back into it. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Well, against Sydney Swans, that new coach, that it really needs some time for them to get them to play together, even though with the new coach. So I think the Power's got to get this done because look, Santa Adelaide over and Port, they're really struggling. They're surging. Very surging. You see, they can get into the top 8 for the first time. So I'm going to go to Power to get this done because it's Santa Adelaide over and Swans. They're going to be struggling unless they play really well. I'm going to say Port Adelaide to get this done by 32 points. And the big call is Port Adelaide win every quarter. Moving on to Saturday night's game between Collingwood and St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. Collingwood, they're the real contenders this year. And look, what's going on for St Kilda? I don't know what is going on for the Saints. They've been really struggling so far. They've absolutely got belted by the Dogs last week. And I'm real concerned what's going to go in the St Kilda's future of this year. Would they need a new coach? I don't know. Look, Collingwood, they're on a 5-game winning streak in the last 5 games. After coming off a win against Melbourne, where Gawn absolutely shut himself from the D's, which costed the D's the game, but he really had to go for it. I don't see Saints winning this unless they play really, really well. So it's going to be really tough for St Kilda and might be another big loss. I don't know if you're watching this, Cardi, but you might be cooked. You might be cooked against Collingwood. Well, technically you are because the Pies are top of the table. Geelong are second. So let's go to Pies to get this done. Collingwood to get this done by 46 points and big call Jamie Elliott kicks at least 3 goals. The next game's between GWS and Gold Coast at NG Stadium. Now, this should be a good game because those two teams are in the top 8. They are really surging and forward towards the top 8 so they can play in September. Gold Coast looking forward to playing their first ever Septembers in their entire history. Look, Giants coming off a big win over the Lions at the Gabba. I think they're the real deal to get this done. Because Gold Coast, after they're on a 2-game losing streak, they recently lost to Freo and Geelong. So coming off after a bye, the Suns really need to look forward to try to get this game done and hopefully keep themselves protected in the top 8. But I don't think they will because St. Andrew's Stadium and GWS, they play really well there and it's at their home deck. So let's go to Giants to get this done. The Giants to get this done by 20 points and a big call. Hogan kicks the first 2 of the 3 goals. The final games between the Western Bulldogs and Richmond at Marvel Stadium. Now, look, the Dogs should jump into the top 8 unless Richmond causes a momentum big upset. Because, look, the Dogs, they're starting to find form, and Jamal Uger-Hagan has finally returned to training since he left the club in April. I don't know what's his issue. Probably a family issue. So, yeah, I think the Dogs are going to get this done because, look, the Dogs, it's at Marvel Stadium and they should be able to get the job done. So, I'm going to go with the Western Bulldogs to get this done. Wow, I've tipped all the home teams across the whole 7 games because, look, Richmond, they're the new coach and I don't think it will be easy for them to get the job done against a surging Western Bulldogs, which are a spot out of the 8. They're 9th on the ladder. Recently smashed the Saints. And Richmond coming off would want to try snap their 4-game losing streak, but I don't think they will because it's against the dog side. So I'm going to say the Dogs to get this done by 71 points. And the big call is the Dogs start running away from quarter time. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my round 15 tips. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing all on Thursday night stream as Fremantle take on Essendon, okay? And thank you to everyone who keeps on viewing, liking, commenting and subscribing. And please don't stop doing this as it's, I really appreciate it. And so I can get to another new milestone as I get really close to 2,000 subscribers, alright? Anyways, I want to wrap the video up. Thank you all for watching. See you again on Thursday night.